All right, so we're diving into How the Grinch Stole Christmas today.
Okay.
The Ron Howard one, obviously not the cartoon.
Right, right.
We're going kind of deep on this one.
Yeah.
Going past the surface and all that.
Sounds good.
We got a film critique sent in that really gets into this movie.
Cool.
So let's see what it has to say.
Oh, hey.
Okay, so like right off the bat, it talks about how the movie is like a commentary on holiday consumerism.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Like it's not just
Yeah.
poking fun at it.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it's like it's connecting it to our world, you know?
Absolutely.
Like Black Friday sales starting before Halloween's even over.
Exactly.
And the movie like totally gets that feeling of too much for sure with the Who's and their crazy Christmas celebrations. Like Whoville is visually amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Super creative.
But the critique is saying they're so obsessed with how things look and all the material stuff.
Right.
You know,
I see what they're saying.
it's almost like by focusing on all that stuff,
Yeah.
the Who's have lost like the real point of the holidays.
The deeper meaning.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the connection and generosity.
totally.
And then there's the Grinch
Right.
living all alone.
Literally in the shadow of Whoville.
It's like he's rejecting all their values.
Yeah, it's a powerful visual.
Total.
And the critique also gets into the Grinch's backstory.
Oh, yeah.
How it all plays into his, resentment.
Like that childhood trauma, being rejected by the Who's.
Right, and that awful incident with the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's fuel for his hatred of Christmas.
It makes him more than just a bad guy.
Definitely adds depth.
Yeah, like you understand him a bit more.
Exactly. Makes his transformation even better.
From bitter to like full-on holiday spirit.
Totally.
And speaking of like amazing, we
Right.
got to talk about Jim Carrey.
Of course.
I mean, he's over the top,
as always.
but the critique says there's some nuance there too.
Like, you can see sadness behind all the craziness.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like these little cracks in his grumpy act.
Oh, I wonder if that's Carrey or the director.
Yeah, is it improv or like a deliberate choice
Right.
to add more depth?
Good question.
And the critique praises how Ron Howard balances it all. The
Uh-huh.
funny stuff with those quieter moments.
So it's both funny and makes you think.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
There's this one scene
Oh, yeah.
after the Grinch steals everything. He's alone in his cave
Okay.
with all the stolen stuff.
Right.
And for a second,
Yeah.
Carrie's face changes
Mm-hmm.
and you see this like flicker of, I don't know, regret maybe? Or like he realizes stealing it all didn't make him happy.
Interesting.
That scene really hits home the message about stuff not mattering.
It's about so much more.
Like happiness comes from the spirit of it all.
The connection, the love.
Yeah, and the Who's have totally forgotten
They're
it.
so lost in the material stuff.
And then there's Cindy Lou, who
Oh, she's the best.
she's like pure holiday spirit.
Totally innocent.
The critique calls her the moral compass of the movie.
I like that.
She sees the good in the Grinch.
When no one else does.
And she never wavers.
It makes the other Who's look shallow.
Yeah, they have to question themselves.
That's a good point.
Cindy Lou, who is like this little light in all that commercial craziness.
And showing that the real spirit is still there.
And her scenes with the Grinch,
Yeah,
they're like the heart of the movie,
they really are.
showing how kindness can change everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She's like his conscience in a way.
Yeah, making him see the good in himself.
Right.
And the movie shows us these other characters too,
Like who?
who represent different parts of Whoville.
Okay.
Like the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
He's all about excess.
Totally.
Like a caricature almost.
Yeah.
So obsessed with how things look
Uh-huh.
and his status.
Right.
And then you have Martha May,
Oh, yeah.
who's a bit more complicated.
How so?
Well, she likes the Grinch.
Yeah.
She does.
But she also wants to fit in
Oh, I see.
with all the Whoville norms.
Well,
Like, she's torn
Yeah.
between her own feelings
Mm-hmm.
and what society expects.
That's relatable.
Yeah. Especially during the holidays.
Totally.
All that pressure to conform,
Uh-huh.
buy the right gifts.
The perfect party.
Like the movie is asking us,
What?
are we letting all that dictate our holidays?
Good point.
Or are we sticking to our values?
Right.
Focusing on real connection.
I like that.
And the visuals play a big part too.
Oh, yeah.
The critique talks about the production design,
Mm-hmm.
capturing that Dr. Seuss feel.
Like whimsical and fantastical.
Exactly.
I love that.
Whoville is so over the top.
It really is.
Like a kid's imagination come to life.
Yeah, all those crazy buildings.
And the colors.
So bright.
But even with all that,
Yeah.
they use visuals to contrast the Who's and the Grinch.
Oh, interesting. How?
Like his lair is dark and cluttered,
Oh, yeah.
full of their discarded stuff.
It's like a visual rejection. It's
about
their values. And Ron Howard uses that contrast
to highlight what
the deeper message.
It's not just a simple story.
No, it's about so much more.
Like consumerism versus the real holiday spirit.
And then there's the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah, the music.
They use classics like
What?
You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
Oh, yeah.
It takes you right back.
Total nostalgia.
But they also use newer songs.
Like what?
Where Are You, Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
To add some emotion.
And that song is all about
finding the true meaning of Christmas.
like the Grinch's journey.
It's perfect.
It really is.
A critique says the overall message is powerful.
Yeah.
Like anyone can be redeemed.
By kindness and compassion.
The Grinch doesn't just change his mind. It's
Right.
deeper than that.
It's about love and connection.
And Cindy Lou, who helps him get there,
With her faith in him,
it shows that even small acts of kindness matter.
they can inspire change.
The critique does mention some criticism, though.
Oh, like what's...
That the movie strays too far from the original story.
I can see that.
Adding too much backstory
And Carrey's performance.
can be a bit much.
Yeah. Overshadowing the subtle moments.
But the critique ultimately argues
That the movie succeeds.
in delivering its message.
It's visually stunning.
And heartwarming.
Reminding us what matters.
Connection, kindness, generosity.
The real stuff.
I wonder, though, if some people just miss the original.
Oh, yeah, the nostalgia factor.
We get so attached to those childhood stories.
Totally. It's like you don't want to mess with.
But I think this movie gets the main message.
It's Dr. Seuss's message.
Yeah, but it adds this modern twist.
About how we celebrate.
Exactly. It's not just about the Grinch hating Christmas.
It's about asking if we're doing it right.
And the critique even says that Whoville, with
Yeah.
all the crazy decoration,
And the gifts.
it's like a commentary on commercialism.
Totally. And it's gotten even worse since then.
Like, think about the pressure
Oh, yeah.
to buy the perfect gifts.
Decorate your house to impress people.
That picture-perfect holiday.
It's easy to get lost in all that.
And forget what matters.
Spending time with family.
Showing kindness.
Enjoying the simple things.
It's like the Grinch is trying to remind us
In his own way.
by stealing their stuff.
Making them see how empty it all is.
And then they find the real spirit of Christmas.
That community feeling.
And that's what changes the Grinch, too.
He realizes it's not about the presents.
It's about connection and love.
Yeah, the real meaning.
So I think it's safe to say
What?
this movie is more than just a funny holiday flick.
It is.
It's visually amazing
Wow.
and makes you think.
About consumerism redemption.
And staying true to the holiday spirit.
Even in a world obsessed with stuff
Kindness can win out.
like the Grinch.
We can all learn something.
About ourselves.
And the real meaning of the holidays.
Looking past the surface.
Embracing generosity and love.
That's what it's all about.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
And as you head into the holidays, maybe think about the Grinch's journey.
Good idea.
It might inspire you to focus on what matters.
Make it brighter for everyone.
Exactly.